Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live. It's me, Joey P. Joe P's P. That, of course, is the Welsh, and we're brought to you by PrizePicks. Sign up today at PrizePicks. Use the promo code Leading Off to get a 100% deposit match off the first $100 you put in to the PrizePicks. We love the PrizePicks. We'll be picking prizes later. We'll be talking a lot of baseball, little DFS, little home run calls. You know how it goes. And I see some new friends here. Look, Tyler Hollywood. Look at this fantastic hat. Long-time watcher, first-time chatter. That's what it's all about. Welcome to the show, kid. There you go, Tyler. Outstanding hat. Love that. Welsh, I got to say, you are officially, the old movie, A Bronx Tale, classic, now you can't leave. There's a lot of great lines, and there's also a great character who's a mush. Everything he touches turns to crap. That is you in home run calls, because yesterday you picked Fernando Tatis Jr., and he went 0 for 5 after being red hot in the minor leagues. I feel like everybody blames you.
Worst. No, he's the worst. That's fine. He's the worst. He's the worst player in baseball. Who's the guy that hates him? That guy's right. 0 for 5. He was trash. I think it was Matt that said, is Welsh going to give credit to the guy that said he went 0 for 4? No, he was worse. He was even worse. Fernando Tatis was. And then he's going up against Zach Allen today. So no, yesterday was a total mush call. I was the cooler, so I'm not in a good mood today, Joe.
Well, your birthday is tomorrow. So everybody,
even worse.
Wish the Welsh a happy birthday in the chat, please. And I want you to get a home. This is the only thing I want for your birthday weekend is a home run. That's it. That's all I want. So maybe instead of you picking, we should let the people pick. We should crowdsource.
Should we do a poll? Should we do a? You know what? I would do that. So wait, hold on. Maybe we come up with 3. We got to do it early then, and then we do a poll. Or do you just want to do a live, just drop down the chat and the first guy to?
I like the live drop down the chat, right. And we'll see, some of the options there. And if Mayor is, working today and doing something, he can actually make it into a poll. We can have Mike Mayer help us out. By the way, 2 people still on Twitter with blue check marks. I see that LeBron James kept his, and Mike Mayer. Those are the 2 people that still have blue check marks out there. So good times. I guess I need to get one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was rejected 3 times. I legitimately sent in, here are video links to me on national television proving that I am a, quote, media personality on a weekly basis on Sports Grid, on Fantasy Pros, all these things. They're like, no, you can't have a blue check mark. And then now you have to pay for it. So like, well, I never want to pay for it. But then I know that now you don't show up in people's feeds, and I don't know. I'm so torn.
You wanted to crowdsource if you should do that? Is that what I feel like? You're fishing. Joe's fishing.
I am fishing a little.
Yeah, no, Bogman and I did, we did a show where it was a wheel show and it landed on Subscribe. This was months and months ago, and we both had to end up doing it. We did, and I just don't even think about it and forgot. And everyone was like, hey, 420, it's not the day you think it is. It's National Lose Your Checkmark Day, and people losing their minds. Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Thank you, everybody.
I'm sure there's a lot of people, had the enjoyment of their smoky smoke and then woke up the next day and was like, what happened? They had no idea.
Yeah, no, I mean, I listen, it's your business. Go do it. Don't do it. I don't know. But as I told you off air yesterday, talking about losing your check mark was the new check mark. You were only you were only the best of the best if you were talking and slamming Twitter about losing your check mark.
If Wonky's got one, then I got to go get one too. I know there's a nice one from Dylan. Look at this. Dylan Love sharing the love. It's my birthday today, and I just want to say I appreciate you guys, and I watch your videos every day, and your insight definitely makes me a smarter person. Well, I hope we don't make everyone dumber. Sometimes we do that too. And he just says, thanks for all you guys do. We appreciate you. Dylan, we appreciate you. This is what it's about. This is a community of people who want to talk baseball, have fun, get some stuff out there, have a good time. And you know what? I'm very proud of us because we also hit 13,000 subs this morning on the YouTube channel. Look at us, 2,000 away from Joey P, week of wigs. Well, I will wear, and maybe at 13, now that we've hit 13, maybe we should do some sort of one day of wig. I don't know, something like that, perhaps.
I think, can we get the Mario hats are not expensive. By the way, I don't even know if we said
we can do the Mario hats.
Happy birthday to you. I think you can get like those Mario Odyssey hats on Amazon. Like, just budget it in, just like your blue check mark, Joe. Let's budget it in, and let's get you a Mario hat, and let's do or we could do a full-on Mario Luigi with the mustaches if Fantasy Pros wants to.
It's us, eh? Yeah, we're talking baseball, eh? But we got to do the whole show in that voice.
I have to go
That's
listen
the
to what
only.
Luigi sounds like. I don't think he ever talks. He's just like,
He
ah!
talks. He talks. He's, he's well, he's short guy, tall guy. I mean, we totally the
No.
best
I'll let
holiday,
you
Halloween costume for us.
be me. I'll do my something about Mary hair, and you can do your Mario, and we'll be good.
It's a me. It's a me, a Joey P. Maybe I will look at the Amazon after the show and see what that's like. Let's get to the baseball. Mookie Betts, is he the best athlete in baseball, Welsh? There's the question, because he played shortstop yesterday. Now he'll be eligible in Yahoo probably for the next 10 years there. But yeah, I mean, amazing stuff there. Mookie Betts comes off the IL. Today he's in the outfield. He's back in the outfield. But
What
that
would you
guy's
play
amazing.
him at, by the way? Because he was going to do some second base. If he qualified at second, outfield, and short, what do you think you would play him at?
Second base, 100%. Because you've had, injuries there. You've had Altuve out. You've had guys underperform. Second base was going into the year was already a little light, and then when Altuve got hurt, it got even worse. That's my inclination, at least. Pete Alonso, 9th home run. He moves to 5th all time already on the Mets home run list, which is depressing and impressive at the same time. That somebody could just be playing for like 4 years and already be 5th all time for Mets home runs. But Alonso, we keep talking about him as an MVP candidate. He is. Some interesting MVP stuff as well that I want to get to, because I saw the line on Julio Rodriguez, which has moved to a crazy number. It's kind of nuts. And I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but Julio Rodriguez, they have a new home run thing here, the Trident, which you're looking at here on the screen right now, which I like the Trident.
I think this thing is phenomenal. I got to tell you too, you don't like a card person at all, but Topps does these Topps Now cards where they take moments every single day. I don't know if they've done it, but if that one is not a Topps Now card, I don't know what the hell they're doing, because that is the picture of pictures.
Well, remember I said that he's getting hot and it's time to, start investing in Tatis. I mean, excuse me, in Rodriguez. Tatis too, but Julio Rodriguez in terms of AL MVP odds. He opened up at 800. That's when I bet. And I think I got it at 900. The current odds have moved. You can get it in a couple houses at plus 3,500 right now. I'm telling you right now, if he goes on a tear, this number is going to disintegrate over the next 2 months.
But we should put the caveat. I feel like the logic behind this is you're only doing this to then sell it, because he's not going to win it.
He will win it if Ohtani gets traded.
Oh, man.
And the Mariners, look, if the Mariners put it together,
you think he will win it over Judge? Judge cannot hit lefties. I don't know if you guys have looked, by the way. I haven't been picking Judge cannot hit lefties. He does. I think he has one hit off of a lefty this entire year so far, and he's struggling there. But he's still Aaron Judge. So you think like Julio's a shoo-in? Assuming
I think you can at the very least make a lot of money on it. Number one. Number two, this was my whole thing going into the year, which was if Julio plays up to Julio's ability, and this team, as I believe that they can, play up to their ability and potentially challenge for that division, which I think is in the possibility once the pitching gets all healthy and they start going. I'm telling you, I think that this is the reality is it has to be Ohtani getting moved to the National League. And with every passing day of a Patrick Sandoval start, we get closer and closer to that being a reality.
I like the idea.
By the way, Welsh, just to support what you said, you're not being hyperbolic. Versus lefties this year, Aaron Judge is hitting 0.83 with a 294 OBP, a 0.83 slugging, and a 377 OPS. That's the most absurd thing I've ever seen. I didn't even realize it.
I've been watching. I mean, so people know I don't just whimsically throw out picks and stuff like that. Every single day I'm doing different points of research, and I'm going in and I see Aaron Judge going up. No, and you do too, but I'm saying like I go in and I look and I have seen Aaron Judge multiple times. I'm like, hey, I kind of like this matchup, and I see he's a lefty, and I'm like, oh my God. His first hit came like yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. In the last 2 days, he got his first hit off a lefty, which is crazy. But back to your point, just want to throw out, the 3,500 is insane. And if you play on a market where you can sell throughout the year, do it. I like that.
I'm doubling down on this.
But I do not think he's winning AL MVP. So
and I've just seen a lot of people, by the way, starting to follow me on the Betting Pros thing where you could check our bets every day. I'm up over 66% right now for Major League Baseball season. It's pretty good last time I checked.
Go to
bettingpros.com/leading off and join our group and follow me if you want to know the bets that we're all making. By the way, Tim Sawyer saying Trident or Dong Bong. I say Trident. Mayor says Dong Bong. That's because Ryan Mountcastle's mouth is attached to it.
Yeah, I meant the other one where he goes, Tim said, Welsh just said Judge can't hit against lefties. Judge is about to go on a 20-game hit streak against lefties. 100%.
Because you're a mush. You're a mush.
Yeah. And you know what the problem
here's
is I acknowledge the mush and then I try to like, I'm like, ooh, that's the mush thing. And then I try to do the opposite. So I remush it. Like, so I
Poor
just
Brian Fouts. He's like, I just got here. WTF is the dong bong because I already have a mental picture and it's not pretty. Well, there it is. There's the dong bong for you, Brian.
There he is.
So
That's
you
Mayor
know,
right there too.
there it is. There's Mike Mayer.
Adley's on the other end.
On the other end. God. All right, more headlines from yesterday. Trent Grisham plates 4 as the D-backs get a W. Fernando Tatis, of course, the 0 for 5. Brandon Pfaadt strikes out 8 at AAA Reno. Again, probably his last start there. I saw Nick Pollock tweeting about him yesterday. We were talking about it yesterday. Don't be fooled. That's the guy. He's going to be up. So how aggressive should we be on Brandon Pfaadt?
Listen, like, it hasn't happened yet, so I suppose be cautious, but I'm making that move anywhere I possibly can. He was phenomenal yesterday. The 8 strikeouts he had, I believe, if I remember correctly, it was like a 36% or 33% whiff rate, and then like a 36% CSW. 8 strikeouts, gave up only 3 hits. Brandon Pfaadt did, went deep into a game again. This is the guy. And the Diamondbacks, whatever it is, if it's about the 40-man, if it's about being ready, giving a shot to Tommy Henry, there was kind of an adjustment of days that I think might have been a little bit of the worry. Brandon Pfaadt's coming. And this was a great matchup. And I think that was his last AAA start. But, you know, like, can't be right about all these things. Maybe they'll just keep throwing him out here. Diamondbacks kept Madison Bumgarner 3 or 4 starts too much. So I could see them holding Brandon Pfaadt down 2 or 3 more starts bad.
I was shocked. I mean, at this point, you are playing good baseball. You're making if you're making a statement as the Diamondbacks that you are going to say, you know what, we're going to eat millions of dollars, not like thousands, millions of dollars for 2 years now. They're going to eat on Madison Bumgarner. You got to show something to prove for. You got to have this guy come up. You have to have him. And look, we got him. You got Jameson. You got all of a sudden Zach Gallen, an exciting rotation here. This West is going to be really interesting this year. I think it's going to be a fun division to watch, much more fun than I think people realize. I thought it was a 2-horse race. I think Arizona is kind of in this, at least for the time being. I don't think that they can keep up with the others. I don't think they can keep up with San Diego, especially. But I think it's a great story, and I think it's good. And by the way, here's another one, too. Another guy that I picked up last week for $1 in my league. Bibby as well, or Bibby. Bibby? Is it Bibby? I like Bibby.
Yeah, it's Bibby.
It's Bibby. There's too many names.
It's a Bibby. Bibby's definitely a pickup. One thing I wanted to point out with you on that.
Bibby's also a pickup too, by the way, everybody.
Here's my line. Here's my line of the show. If you're going to eat $30 million, Joe, you're going to get Pfaadt. So just do it. You're going to get Pfaadt if you eat $30+ million.
Slow clap. Slow clap on that one. That was,
and you know, but then by the way, Pfaadt's going to come up. It's going to happen. I'm going to be like, hey, fire it up. And he's going to get lit for like 6 runs. And everyone's going to be like, haha, Welsh, I told you so. You should have picked up Bibby.
Well, that's why you come here live for the show. So you can troll us. That's the whole point. By the way, Matt Strom, I want to give you a lot of credit on this one because you were on this before anybody. He had 11 strikeouts yesterday. I know he got the loss against the Rockies, but he's also RP eligible. Matt Strom has been terrific this year. And this was an interesting pitcher a couple years ago in San Diego, and it just kind of fell apart. Injuries, all these other circumstances. And what an incredible piece the Phillies have found here. If this guy can even remotely keep up, because Nola had his early struggles. He's kind of righted the ship. You got Wheeler, you got Nola, but you kind of needed that other guy in the rotation. And Strom has really stepped up here. What do you think about him? Can he maintain, and how much you're willing to bid on him this weekend as we hit the waiver wire?
Yeah, I'm like you said, I've kind of been talking about him from the very first start of the season when I watched him. This is a converted reliever who's still kind of stacking up his innings, but he is 96, top 96 percentile of K percentage right now. Whiff percentage is top 11% so far. Fastball and curve spin are both like abnormal on the high end, and he's throwing 4 pitches at a double-digit percentage rate here. All have a 25 or higher whiff rate on them. So it's like he is just sweeping pitches by people. There's a lot of great movement. He's learning to go deeper into games with a great offensive behind him. You know, we're all sitting here talking about, you know, Mason Miller and Brandon Pfaadt. Oviedo is a great pickup. And by the way, I'm turning. I love Oviedo. I love the slider usage going above the fastball usage. It's just a bad team. I feel like Matt Strom just has got nothing. He's just got nothing right now as far as the juice, except after this game where, like you, I had a couple of people tweeting me because I guaranteed he was going to have 6+ strikeouts in this game.
Yeah.
And he did it. So I think he is absolutely a pickup, but I think there's going to be some warts. going deep in, this is something new to him. He's also had some injury issues, but he is a strikeout monster right now.
But the RP eligibility certainly helps in those mandatory RP slot leagues for sure. And, Strom was the guy we recommended yesterday in DFS, right? He was one of the 3 pitchers that I had on that list of guys you could start in the shorter slate. So hopefully you did. Max Scherzer is going to be handed his 10-game suspension. Do you know who I am? I am Max Scherzer, damn it. But he's going to go ahead and take his suspension and sit out for 10 games. So there you go. So the Mets will be down Verlander, Scherzer, Quintana, and Carrasco in their rotation. So good times for the
They
Mets.
could use Matt Strom.
Yeah, seriously. Just don't sign Madison Bumgarner, please. I don't care if it's the league minimum. Bryce Harper is aiming to return in early May. So that's good news. Bad news for Logan O'Hoppe. He exited Thursday with a shoulder issue. It's been bothering him. I'm sure he's going to go on the IL. So go out there and make plans for it. It just feels like that's the direction this is going. Hopefully it's nothing serious. It
was on a swing. I think they called it the subluxation already,
which we just had yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I was able to say that without actually looking at the word, which I'm very impressed myself about.
That's how you know you're a fantasy pro.
Though I had to go like slower. I'm like subluxation. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be good, and I think it's going to be an extended time.
Yeah. Also, Rocco Baldelli, how you doing? Thursday, he said that Jorge Polanco is pretty close to coming back. We'll see how that impacts the Twins lineup. Spencer Steer returned to the Reds lineup. So that's been good. He's been quietly decent for the Reds if you're looking for some corner help. Tony Gonsolin struck out 7 over 3 innings Thursday in the rehab starting at AAA Oklahoma City. And Aaron Boone said that Thursday, Carlos Rodon is having another CT scan and will not throw for a few days because of the back issue.
Not good. Don't buy pitchers that are already hurt. Don't buy pitchers that are already hurt in draft season. They're like hurt now.
I hear that.
When you draft, don't do that.
I hear that. Depending on when you drafted, though, this was a complicated one with Rodon. But I was really high on Rodon. I thought this was a great signing by the Yankees. And so far, it has been hot garbage. This is not good. This is a tricky situation here with a guy who's had so many injuries. And, I really thought that maybe he had turned the corner here. And this is very frustrating. So what do you do? I mean, I guess the only saving grace is if you have Rodon, you've had Taj Bradley, you've got Fott on the, part on the waiver wire, you've got Miller, you've got all these guys, these young pitchers have got to come through, and they all have varying levels that they can help you, but at least there's some guys cycling through the waiver wire right now, right, Walsh?
Yeah, I mean, that's the positive. I can't imagine, if you're asking what you do with Rodon in general, it's just you keep him there. You drafted him, you keep him there, you put him on the IL. I can't imagine you drafted him with any high degree if you were in a non-IL league, and that's probably a bigger question, but you just got to sit back. Rodon is of the type that you sit back and you wait for this to figure out, but it does stink. There's all these great pitchers, but there's these great options of pitchers with some of these prospects and the Bibees and the Fotts and the Mason Millers, or even the Oviedos that are sitting out there. It sucks to kind of miss out on some of those players in favor of drafting a guy that God knows. Liberatore, Matthew Liberatore,
who's going to, he's going to be up there and he's going to lower your cholesterol at the same time. It's going to be great. Wonky Penguin just created a phrase I'm going to say she created it because I've never heard of it before. I almost bought a Heim jersey. You're talking about Jonah Heim of the Jonaheim, being a guy you could replace O'Hoppe with if he's out there. But a Scherzi. She almost bought a Scherzi last year. I've never heard anyone calls it a Scherzi. The shirt jersey. I've never heard anyone call it that before.
Well,
I don't know why.
I mean, that is I am a little. I'm taken back that you have never heard that word.
I don't get out much.
You can say subluxation, but you
I can say subluxation.
Was
I know what a Scherzi is right away. I just never heard anyone refer to it as a Scherzi.
I'm trying to think of a really
Shorzy because I
couldn't get it, but I was trying to think of a really quippy kind of
no, my lack of coolness just stunned you to the point of no return.
You literally dropped I thought, I'm like, what's the word here? What's the word that
I like Letterkenny, so I know what Shorzy is, but I don't know what Scherzi. I got no Scherzi. Okay. But I think that's great. So as far as I'm concerned, Monkey Penguin made that up.
Hey, give it. Give it.
Some other injury news too. Jameson Taillon, 15-day IL with the left groin strain, so that stinks. But good news. Let's leave on a high note, please. Liam Hendriks announces he's in remission. It's official, cancer-free. That's fantastic news. So great for Liam Hendriks. Great for his family. I mean, who cares about baseball? That's what matters. So that's a fantastic thing there. So very, very good news there for him. Let's have some fun here on the show. The Reds snapped a 24-inning scoreless streak yesterday. Yikes. Boy, that Reds offense really pretty damaging. Also, it was a fun piece on MLB.com ranking the starting pitcher power rankings, basically. So at the very top, obviously Garrett Cole, who has been absolutely dominant. Shohei Ohtani's at 2, which I got no problem with. They had Castillo at 3, Shane McClanahan at 4, Pablo Lopez at 5. Do you have any problems with the top 5 right now? Because I don't.
I mean, no, it's fine. I'm not a power ranking guy.
You
like
seem
power
like
ranking,
you have problems with it. You seem
well,
like
no,
you're
but it's like,
seem
what
unhappy.
am I supposed to say? Like, is Pablo Lopez the 5th best pitcher in all of baseball? No. Has he performed at the top 5? Okay, yeah, sure. So in that respect, sure, this is totally fine. I'm not a power ranking guy. I'm not a big power ranking guy, but I think that like he's above Jacob deGrom. So I look at that and I'm like, well, Jacob deGrom is worlds better of a pitcher than Pablo Lopez, but Pablo Lopez has been like 7+ Ks every single start, and he looks amazing with all of his changes. So I get that from a power ranking perspective. I think he belongs in there in the top 5 if we are doing it this way.
By the way, I know that jerseys exist. I just never in my life heard anyone refer to it as that.
I think it's like jorts. I think it would be like,
well, jorts. I've heard everybody.
Okay, but that would be like if I just said that, you're like, wow, Welsh, you just created jorts. I've never heard that word. Like it's the same thing. Like
I don't know.
Like you've never seen a shirt with a number on it.
I've seen it a million times. I have some of them. I've never heard anyone refer to it as a jersey.
What do you call it?
I don't know. I don't know. I just never called it anything.
Call it a jersey shirt.
Yeah, because I would use jersey because I'm Jersey strong. That's right. Because I get a fist pump. That's why.
It's still going. All right,
keep going.
Keep going. Let's move on from that. What do you love these power rankings? Is this?
I think the 5 is good. They got DeGrom at 6, Dylan Cease at 7.
Cease over Strider is the dumbest thing on the planet.
Spencer Strider at 8 is dumb. That's where I halt and I say that's dumb. He should be top 5. So that's the only guy.
Okay, I agree.
Urias at 9, Sonny Gray at 10. Again, Gray's been good. I would have put Zach Gallen ahead of him. Maybe Framber Valdez ahead of him. But so like it's an okay list, but I almost feel like sometimes with these lists, they intentionally do something horrendously stupid just so people click and then say, look how stupid this is. And I hate that. I hate that hot take nonsense.
My favorite thing in the chat all week is Brett Anderson's adding to our Las Vegas team name. He's now calling them the Las Vegas sewage possum jerseys. So let's just keep adding to the name. That's
Brett Anderson. Well done, Brett Anderson. Well done. Yeah.
I'm not wearing jorts, by the way. I own
0 jorts.
Hold on. Multiple people are saying they could see me wearing it. I want you to know.
You would definitely
nope.
could a jorts.
I own zero pairs of jorts.
But you've worn jorts in your life.
When I was 15. But you know who does? Scott Bogman. He lives by the code of jorts. So don't put me in that mess, you people. I do not. I own none. Bogman is, see, Jesse, he is a 100%. That is all that he wears, not me.
Look,
I do wear
Donnie has a couple of jorts, so I have 0 jorts as well. Well, here's the question: does Bogman have the jorts that he's made himself, or does Bogman have the jorts that he has purchased as pre-made jorts?
How would you make? Oh, you mean you would take like?
Oh, you have jeans, you cut them, and like how the girls do, where the like the pockets are coming through a little bit.
You know what?
Sexy like on Boggs. Is that what
I'm gonna pretend that's how he has them. We're gonna all together pretend that's how all of his jorts are. Is he made them himself, putting little glitter patches on it and everything?
Here we go from David Joe's two favorite new words are slutter and jersey. That's right. They
the book
are
of Pisa Pia.
The book of Joe. All right, let's move on here. Let's talk about 3 up and 3 down. James Outman. Oh goodness,
he's
how good
so
is he
good.
Been? Craig Mish went on a rant on the Fantasy Fest where he came on. I was talking about Outman being a guy you should bet on for Rookie of the Year, and I was still in my Corbin Carroll phase, and I still am.
I wasn't listening,
but I wasn't listening as much either. But you know what? I should always listen to Mish because he's always right about these things. Outman, 2 homers, 1 a grand slam, 5 ribbies. Ronzi Contreras, our other DFS pitchers. He had Contreras and he had Strom yesterday. Crushed it. I wish Strom had gotten the win. That's the only downside. 6 2/3, 8 Ks, 2 walks, 1 earned for Contreras. Xander Bogaerts 2 for 4 with a homer, his 5th. He's had a really good season. Down, Sean Manaea, 3 2/3, 5 earned runs. Nelson for the Diamondbacks, 5 earned runs and 5. And Patrick Sandoval, 5 earned, 6 walks. It's Griffin Canning season, ladies and gentlemen. Go at him this weekend. I added him to the waiver wire video. It just came out yesterday. If you haven't seen it already, go subscribe to FantasyPros MLB or just go in the videos and you'll see it on there. Go add this guy. He's going to be in the rotation because Sandoval stinks. I've had it. There's a couple guys in this rotation that stink right now. Welsh, are you with me? Is it Griffin Canning season? Another pitcher. Everybody should be adding a lot of these pitchers right now because I think there's some upside with these guys.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm with you. Griffin Canning has been pretty impressive to watch.
Mhm.
Sandoval, garbage. Jose Suarez,
Hot garbage.
garbage. Hot
Hot
garbage.
garbage.
Yeah.
Hot garbage.
Yeah.
You know what isn't hot
Totally.
garbage? You know what smells fantastic? Prize Picks.
Mm.
Prize Picks looks fantastic, smells, smell it, breathe it in, breathe in the Prize Picks. Use the promo code leading off. You get 100% deposit match up to $100 at Prize Picks. Again, the promo code leading off. If you couldn't remember that, then I'm worried for you. But go download the app, go to prizepicks.com. To me today, Aaron Nola, 6.5 pitcher strikeouts. I like the over against Colorado. They stink. Trey Turner, 8.5 fantasy points. I love the fantasy points, especially with guys like Trey Turner who do a lot of things. That's an easy way to get right on Prize Picks because you find somebody who's got lots of on-base bills, who's got lots of opportunity to get on base, lots of opportunity to steal, has power, all of those things. You know, Brian Reynolds was a pick yesterday, right? So Trey Turner, same kind of idea. And Marcus Semien, who's been terrific. He got a weekend series against Oakland. So need I say more? 8 hitter fantasy points. That's what I like. Welsh, what do you like in the fantasy prize picking today?
All right, I'm going to go with Mookie Betts, who has 11 career hits off of Drew Smiley. I don't know why I was mixing that up. More extra base hits in his career than actual singles, doubles, and homers outdo the singles. I'm taking the total bases 1 over on Prize Picks. I'm going to go with Francisco Lindor, who has, this is a BVP play as well, has a very, very good history against Escalfani, hitting over 500. So we're going to take the fantasy score on his side, which is only 7, so 7 plus. This is maybe an offset one, but Andrew Vaughn has been really good. Hits in 9 of his last 11 games. His most recent game, he had a multi-hit 1 homer in the game with Matt Strahm, I believe it was. Yeah, against Philly. No. Maybe they had the day off. They had the day off and they're going to a new setup here. But
now you're making things up. That's
I am making things up. But 9 of 11 games, I'm not making up, that he has had hits in. So I actually really like that. Fantasy score 7 over. And those going to be my Prize Picks today. Mookie total base, Francisco Lindor 7, and Andrew Vaughn score 7.
Like Brian Hayes, watched the video this morning, grabbed Griffin Canning. See, we're out there trying to be proactive on these things. And Welsh's trade video is terrific. He's got a lot of good guys there. Tyler Molly's one of them. Telez, go watch the whole thing. It's like, what, 8 minutes, something like that? I mean, these are short videos.
Yeah, concise.
It's, it's not going to take up a lot of your time. Go check them out. We're doing them every single week to help you manage all your teams and get right here. Okay, going forward, again, MLB Bets, join Fantasy Pros group here. It's at bettingpros.com/leading off. So all you MLBers, again, I know some of you can't even bet in some states and you're frustrated. You can still have fun and go pick games with us at bettingpros.com/leading off. So go download the app and go do that and pick with us. Today, I got a parlay for you. Parlay of the day, the Dodgers on the money line, the Rangers on the money line, the Angels on the money line. Ohtani's pitching against Kansas City. So you put all those things together, you get plus 214. You can go ahead and make that work. I also like John Gray under the 6.5 strikeouts. I know it's Oakland, but 6.5 is a high number for John Gray. He's got to really not have a tragic injury, weird injury happen to him, and be efficient and everything else. And I like Gray, but I think 6.5 is a high number. Hunter Brown over 5.5 strikeouts. Seth Lugo over 4.5 strikeouts. Aaron Nola over 6.5 strikeouts. Lots of good K props today. Welsh, what do you have on the betting front?
All right. I am going to go with the Arizona Diamondbacks money line against the Padres. Zach Gallen is going. You actually get the money line at minus 105. So it's essentially even monies. I actually kind of like the Dodgers taking their money line straight up as well, minus 150. You could take the spread on the runs, but the money line 150 is something I might do. But kind of tailing a little bit of what you have, I like the idea of the Dodgers and the Rangers together in this one. Obviously, the A's stink. John Gray, good. Texas Rangers offense, good. Dodgers speak for themselves. Winds blowing out a little bit, as I was told early on. Maybe a little bit of a worry that things can get out of hand on either side, but that's not Julio Urias' game. He's a manager. I also like the Tampa Bay Chicago White Sox first 5 over in runs. And then finally, as a little hit parlay here, Mookie, Wander, Adley, all to get a single hit pays you plus 200. If you want to go Mookie and Wander, that will go a little over even money, and Wander, Adley and Mookie will go a tiny bit under. So any 3 of those, you can pair 2 together. If you want to do all 3, it'll be plus 200. Them's be some of the bets I'm looking at today.
There you go. A lot of people are missing the Manscaped reads, by the way, which I love to do, but Manscaped didn't want to help us out this year, I guess. I don't know. But Prize Picks did, and you know who else did? And you're talking about cool things like the Trident picture and all the other stuff. So rare, which is very cool. Again, MLB revolutionary free-to-play fantasy baseball game. Go to fantasypros.com/collect. Sign up today. You can build and manage your fantasy MLB team like a pro. And unlike other fantasy baseball platforms, So Rare managers actually own their fantasy baseball experience. You scout, you buy, you sell, and compete with other cards. So you open the packs, you get the packs, and those are your players, and you play against other people. It's really cool. If you like packs, if you like NFT kind of stuff, if you like, cards and you like fantasy, it's like the perfect marriage of all these things. So go check it out, fantasypros.com/collect. That's over at So Rare MLB, because the next era is yours. Well, maybe not Welsh's, but it's yours. All the people listening. DFS picks of the day. Domingo Germán, 8.6K. I like him tonight. A little oppo play here against those Toronto Blue Jays. That should be an interesting series. I wonder if Alek Manoah goes this weekend, I believe, correct? In that series? I'm almost positive he does.
Should. Yeah, maybe Sunday.
If this doesn't get him right, nothing will. Because usually the Yankees are his thing where he just likes to rub their face in it. This would be my buy low today on Alek Manoah before it goes out of style. Because if he comes back and he has a great start against the Yankees, it's over. It's done. Aaron Nola at 9.3, John Gray at 8.8, Zach Gallen at 10K. Then you have the stacks today. You want to get in the Phillies offense, Baltimore, Milwaukee at home, especially Minnesota, Texas at home too. Those are good opportunities there. Some decent numbers on those offenses. Some guys that'll save you cash. Brandon Drury, 2.4, Edward Julian at 2.6, Bryce Terang at 2.8, and Oswald Peraza at 2.5. I am going for the weekend, by the way, with my home run call with one person who is pretty good. Before we get to that name, again, here's the leaderboard. BHB Daddy up to 11. Cannot be stopped. Look at Blue Harvester, 8. Where did Blue Harvester? RKO out of nowhere for Blue Harvester. Razor Ramon. Say goodnight to the bad guy. Larry C at 8. We got Prime Time. Everyone's in a cluster with 8. Houston's at 8. A lot of people at 8. Welsh is still at 1. So that's the only difference there. But I am taking this glorious human for the weekend. Look at him. Lots of holding the Trident this weekend for Julio Rodriguez. That's my call. That's my pick. I'm telling you, he is on fire right now, hitting balls everywhere. Now, everybody, I want to hear all of your home run calls.
No. Here's what we should do. We should pick 3, and then they get to pick all of them. We need to pick.
Who are the 3 you were considering?
This is like we're getting back to flipping the coin. Mookie is one of them. Mm-hmm. I feel like someone said Pete Alonso, so that's that. And then what?
Always an easy one.
You want to let the chat throw out a couple options? You pick the 3, and then
Alonso. You got Mookie Betts, or you can hang out with, or you could just go back to Fernando Tatis.
John Burry, we could pick.
And because if Fernando Tatis hits home run tonight, you're going to be really mad. Maybe you just stick with Tatis true. For the weekend.
Well, especially because it'll be against Gallen. I had the money line against the Diamondbacks, so sure.
It'll be against him. Also, Mayor picked Fernando Tatis. So that way, you can also troll him. If you can't do well, at least you can drag Mike Mayer down with you. That's why I think true. Tatis. I think that's
Matt says Corbin Carroll in there as well. So that's for my boy for my birthday. Yeah, he's not going to do anything for my birthday. Again, you're doing the thing that you said. You got to take this out of my hands. I can't do it.
All right. I'm going to home
run calls are like my internet. Apparently my internet is back to being whatever. So
yeah, it's being terrible again.
Great.
I'm gonna say Tatis. So put it in there as Tatis, because that way, and Mayor, you're not allowed to change it now. You've already made your selection. So this way you either rise or you bring Mayor down with you. So it's kind of like, if I can't have you, no one can kind of thing. Like you're just going to burn it to the ground, like Milton in Office Space. You're just going to burn it to the ground if it's no good.
Where's my stapler?
I was told here Fantasy Pros would give me a stapler and then it moved me to another show.
I will say for the record,
that show anymore. Yeah.
Mookie Betts is the one that's in my head. So
well, then definitely don't pick that.
Today.
Guaranteed
Mookie Bet today because we're going with someone else.
No. I think if your gut was telling you Mookie, then your gut has been awful. So we'll have to fix that. So everybody, make sure you go out there, play some prize picks. Join the betting group again, bettingpros.com/leading off. Even if you can't make wagers, you can make picks and you can have fun and be in the leaderboard with us and track your bets and see how you're doing. It's a fun thing to do. You're watching the games anyway. And don't forget to go premium so you can make home run calls in the channel. April's almost over. We're going to be giving away a number 1 prize here for the person who called the most home runs in April. We've got the Corbin Carroll giveaway we're doing as well. But if you don't want to wait to go premium, fantasypros.com/premium. That's the way to do it. And of course, make sure you download my playbook to help you manage everything. And when you have premium, you have access to all the amazing tools here at Fantasy Pros. Also, don't forget, everybody, next Thursday, we've got our NFL draft coverage on the Fantasy Pros channel. So if you haven't subscribed to that one, sub there too. Click the bell for notifications also. because
You
that's
know what
going
we
to be a
should
great
do
show. What
for
should we do?
the monthly? We should give away a jersey. I feel like we should give
There you
away
go.
a jersey.
A
for the
Mike
end of
Mayer
this month.
jersey.
Yeah.
Double
Did you see,
zero.
by the way, Mike Mayer in our private chat, he ran a poll and apparently only 54% have heard of the word jersey in the poll. So they're with you.
Validation.
I'm shocked.
Maybe it's a regional thing. That's why. It could be a regional thing. That's like, I remember having a conversation with Tags once and he mentioned a store and I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it's like a Home Depot. I was like, I have never heard of that in my whole life. I can't remember
Like
what the name it
Ace?
was, but it was no, not Ace we have around here. Not as many, but we've had Ace Hardwares. But it was some like regional Midwestern kind of hardware store thing. I had no idea what he was talking about. And then there's like hundreds of them. And I felt like a moron, but maybe some things are just regionalisms. I don't know, but this is great. Thank you, everyone, for supporting me. I appreciate it.
You know what we should do? We should do, if I can hit a home run call, whoever I hit a home run call of, we give away that jersey to somebody of whoever I can get a home run call. There you go. We should do that.
Welsh's next home run call. I hope it's not somebody obscure.
Be in July.
Made up like Jack Sawinski. You're gonna have to get him that made up custom. It's gonna cost you 3 times as much. I'm here for it though. That's what I'm here for. And I hope you're all here again Monday to join us. Have a great weekend, everybody. Go enjoy the fresh air. It's supposed to be nice out, especially on the East Coast. So go finally enjoy some nice weather. Get outside, watch some baseball, play some baseball, and enjoy your fantasy baseball as well. We'll be back Monday to do it all again. That'll do it for us, but the story of the game goes on. For the Welsh, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Later. Jerseys.